Hello, I'm Danielle de Niese, and welcome to the place that most people know as Glyndebourne, but I know it as home. Come with me. One of the things that's so special about Glyndebourne that makes it really unique is that look at where we are. We're here in the countryside with all of this gorgeous nature, and we're making art in such an inspiring landscape. It's very different from being in a big city, and it's a different kind of labor of love when a whole family's legacy is wrapped up in this place. And I'm now part of that family, so I see it both as an artist and as a family member, and of course, you know, that makes it mean even more to me. So this is what we call the front hall. All of our parties are in here. All of our drinks parties are in here for the casts when people come to sing at Glyndebourne. But we also live here. I mean, this fireplace is where Santa delivers his presents to my son at Christmas. So Santa does a really good job. This soot there from Santa's visit. Because this is a public house as well as a private house and people live here all the time, it means the doors are open and you can be in one point in a private bit, but in another point in a public bit. I've come down here and just seen a random person sitting here on this settee, and quite funny, you sort of come downstairs into your own house and somebody just says, "Oh, hello, how are you?" There are lots of books everywhere at Glyndebourne. There's lots of old books, but there's also lots of new books. So this is kind of a bit of living history in that, you know, we don't keep everything lost in time and sort of stuck. We move things around, we move the books around, and we fill it with sort of new energy and new life. Lots of sing-alongs happen at this piano at our drinks parties, you know. Social drink equals singing and sort of rowdy evenings, and it can be really, really fun. And it's very, very Glyndebourne to have all this talent around, and then it sort of amalgamates at the piano when people just go, "Let's sing something." And it's very off the cuff, and it's very not what you would expect to see if you go and see an operatic performance, which is something that's planned in advance. And I think that's the kind of balance we get in the house too. We have So welcome to my office, or as you can see, Mummy's office. Come on in. This is my office, but it's a lot more than that. I can sleep in here, I can sing in here, but mainly I work in here. I've mixed a lot of design elements in here. There's a lot of old portraits and paintings in here, but a lot of new things as well. A lot of the material has come from America. So you got, again, that mix of old and new. So for example, I'm very proud of this, because I designed it. And I feel like it completely fits in with this old room. And it's been sort of created to blend in with the history of its surroundings. I have cards everywhere. Anytime my family, my husband especially, gives me a nice card, it's up here and it's gonna be up here for life. This is my little history corner, I guess you could call it. This is the Emmy that I won when I was 16, which I've only just brought over to England, so I think this is a good place for it to start in my office. Maybe it'll make its way downstairs at some point. And these are my old tap shoes from when I was a child. We just had them restored, and nice little piece of my past, which I'm waiting to tap dance in a production. I'm waiting to sort of whip out that talent. And this is a fantastic manifesto from the streets of Vienna when I made my Vienna State Opera debut, which was a huge point of pride for me. I loved singing in Vienna. Welcome to my dressing room. Believe it or not, this used to be a linen closet and it was full of junk. You couldn't see any of the light in this room because the junk just went all the way up to the top. And we cleared it out and then went, this is a perfect place for me to get ready in, because no one room's closet is big enough for all of the gowns and clothes and shoes that I have. And so this dressing room was born. Oh, and this is my costume from Cinderella. It's so beautiful. Look at all the texture and the different layers. I mean, could you think that there's yellow underneath this dress? Now you can. And this dress looks like it floats, but it's actually super heavy. I mean, it feels like it weighs a ton. When I'm wearing it on stage though, I'm in the character, so I just kind of still manage to move around gracefully with it. It is a beautiful dress, but it's super heavy. My glass slippers, look at that. So this is where I have to get changed, and I kind of think of it as my quick change arena because I never have enough time to get ready, although I look relaxed right now. I kind of think of it as my Sex and the City dressing room because it's a little bit like the one that Big built for Carrie. Okay, so I love shoes, and I love them so much that I have way too many shoes, and this closet used to be very organized, but then I got so many shoes I just started pushing things in. It was color-coded, but it's no longer color-coded. So I know this seems a little bit grand of me, but this is the place where I practice. It's called the organ room. I've been painted in here. I have made lots of mistakes in here, which is sort of what practicing is about. You have to feel like you're in a safe place to try and fail and try again. And I suppose in one way you could feel kind of exposed. And of course there are times when I'm singing in here and then I see people walking and I feel a little bit self-conscious, but most of the time I feel like the space means that I can be myself inside this big space and be alone, which is important because I'm almost never alone. I made my debut here in 2005 at Glyndebourne Festival and I played Cleopatra, and it was a completely instantly iconic production. And of course now that I'm married to Gus and married to the place, people always go, and it was also the beginning of a great love story.